Hello everyone, my name is Dakota Stoner, and today I'm going to be going over a couple different things for Project 3. So this is going to be probably two parts. This is going to be the first video, part 1. Today we are going to be going over we're going to be going over some Unity events, object pulling, and link queue sorting of data. So for the first one, the first thing that we're going to be going over is object pulling. So that first thing, what I have set up is, so I have it set up for my bow. So when I pick up a bow, it instantiates all the max amount of arrows that I have set, instantiates them on, sets them false. So here, I call the let me see. Yeah. So here, as soon as I equip the bow and it starts, it calls the init pull function. So here it takes in the arrow pull list and then instantiates them all to the number of objects and sets them all to false and adds them back to the pull. So the next thing is the get object function. So in the standard bow, when I'm shooting and I press the trigger to pull back the bow, it sets the first. It calls the first object in the function to and makes it true. So then, when I let it go, it fires, and after a certain amount of time, it will set it back to false. And then when I pull the trigger again, it will then run through and set the second object to true, and so on and so forth until it runs through the whole list of arrows. So to show that off. So right now, I have one second. I have the arrow position right here, which is the game object where they're all spawned to. So when I equip the bow, as you can see, all the arrows has been instantiated and set inactive. So when I ready the bow and pull, first arrow is set for true, second arrow set true, and then it will go through all of the arrows. Yeah. Okay. So yeah. So that is all of the object pulling. And then the next thing is going to be Unity events. I didn't do a lot for this. I haven't dove too much into the Unity event, but we have for the Unity first one thing that we have is we have a public Unity event on death. So when you make a public Unity event, it comes up like this. Really nice. Unity events are great, and you're able to plug things in and call public functions. So in my code, I have the public die function. So right now, the only thing it's doing is it's just playing the death animation, but in the future it'll call more and all of that. So when health is set less than or equal to 0, it will invoke on death and run anything that has been set in here. So to show that, one sec, let's get that off the screen. There we go. Alright. Alright, so when the player's health reaches 0, down here in the bottom, it runs that function on death, and that's all it's doing right now. But yeah, Unity events are pretty awesome. So the next thing that I'm going to be going over is sorting of data. So I haven't delved too much into this. There's still more that I need to go over, but so far it's pretty nice because so what I have so far is I have it set up to where I have an inventory system, and when I pick up items, they all go into the inventory. So when I click right here, I can change how they're sorted. So we have damage and weight and etc. So each of these objects all have different values. Definitely going to be changed later, but that doesn't really matter right now. So the sword, the item type's armor, damage times blunt, and weight, item weight is 5. The spears, item weight is 3, damage type piercing. Light sword, item weight is 20, damage type slashing. Heavy sword, item weight is 15, damage types magic. So they're all very much different weights and types and all of that. So when I call damage, that's what's wrong. I haven't set damage yet. Sorry. One moment. Okay, that should work better. But yeah, so in this one, it sets the inventory list. Takes the inventory list and sets it from item in inventory list sorted by item.damage select item to list. So it takes everything in the list and sorts it to the values that you are calling. So in this case, it takes in the item damage and sorts them by the item damage from highest to lowest. I think might be lowest to highest. But yeah, and the other thing is you have to be using system.link. So link is pretty interesting, and then the order weight, it does all of that except it sets it by item weight. So let's just do that one more time. So I'll have the different items. That's actually dumb. Whatever. Okay, so we have the light sword, heavy sword, and sword. So they all have different weight and all of that. So if we set it to damage, say the same, but if we do weight, it then changes the sword is the lightest, then heavy sword 15, then a light sword is 20. So it sorts it from lowest to highest. And currently that is it right now. So thank you for watching, and I will be uploading a second video to go over the links filtering and contains and other things. So thank you.